Hey, what's going on? Welcome to my channel. My name is Albert, and in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about money and happiness and the relationship between the two. Um, and I'm making this video because I feel like a lot of people, I don't know for sure, but I feel like a lot of people are losing a lot of money right now, including myself. And I definitely think it's affecting people's happiness and, mine as well. So I want to talk a little bit about like what does money have to do with happiness and how the two are related. I thought it'd be interesting to go over some of my thoughts, but then also I think it's more of a reminder to myself as well, because I feel like I know how I should be acting and how I should be feeling, but I often don't feel this way because I don't really do these exercises enough. I want to kind of just caveat this whole thing by saying like, hey, real quick, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm not like making this video out of a place of enlightenment. I just want to share some thoughts I have. And then for me, I'm not like unhappy about anything, but I'm also not like super happy, right? So it's not like I'm super happy. I'm telling you how to be happy. That's definitely not the case. But at the same time, I'm not depressed, right? And then I'm also not where I want to be financially as well. So I just want to make sure you know these things. But most importantly, I'm not trying to tell you like how to be happy, okay? And then some relevant information about me. I think my personality is important for you to know. Is I like money, and yeah, it's not like my parents hella love money or anything like that. They're just normal people. My brother is probably not like me, but just relevant to this conversation, I think it's, I like money. I think it's important for you to know. So obviously, money and happiness have a lot to do with each other. And I want to share a couple other things about me as well. And it'll make sense, but basically, just from when I was 22, I graduated college. I was unemployed for like my first year of college, after college. And if you remember that time in your life, it's like, dude, that's when everyone like kind of graduates and like gets their first job, first time making money. Like for the whole first year, I just made no money. Actually, I wasn't unemployed. I was doing like insurance sales, and it was like really shitty. And I just made, I was like, it was basically like a scam. It was like a pyramid scheme, and I was like falling for it. I was pretty dumb. But anyways, I did that for a year. Didn't make any money. So you can think about my time. I was very, very depressed because I had, it was a very depressing time as a young up and coming boy or young man, I guess. And then somewhere between the time I was like 23 to 26 or 27 or so, I got like a real job, and in that time I just really aggressively learned how to like negotiate salaries, right? So I just like was able to like 3x my salary in like a short period of time. Right, and then at some time like 28, 29, I started doing a startup where I went to making no money again. Very, very like no money for a short period of time, and then very little money for a long period of time. Okay, so just I'm telling you this story because I've had experienced a lot of ups and downs, as my, younger 20s progressed. Other thing that I think is relevant to share is I've also around the time when I was 29 or 28, I made a ton of money. Let's call it several hundreds of $1,000s, right? Enough to like buy a house, right? I made a lot of money in crypto, and then I lost it all because I just held it and it crashed, right? And this all happened when I was making very low income. So I just kind of want you to picture the experience of like, basically winning like a lottery and then losing it all. Okay, so like I've experienced these ups. My point of telling you stories, I experienced these ups and downs, right? And then at the same time, I've been doing a startup for the last like 5 or 6 years. So there's just anyone that does a startup, I don't know people say, I don't think people say this enough, but it's like very, very terrible. It's not really fun at all, right? You have like no sense of security. There's a lot of ups and downs, and you're just like always moving the goalpost, right? So the reason I'm telling this is because I've experienced like I've kind of experienced the making more and more money kind of thing. I've experienced losing a lot. I've experienced not making a lot of money, and then doing a startup is like this times 100, right? So an example is like, okay, when I started, okay, so like just about the job, I'm not really okay. So I do sales. So basically, we started the company. We made up a product. We started developing product, and I just started calling funeral homes. And funeral homes are our customers. I started calling funeral homes, asking them to buy this product, right? And that was my job for like 2 or 3 years. And I'm just like calling people, asking if they want to buy it. They say no to me. So it's a very depressing, if you're not into it, it can be a very depressing job, right? And now we're up to the point. So I've sold $1 million in recurring revenue annually on my own. And we're at a point now where we have a team of like 9 people that are selling. Okay, so there's definitely a progression of growth. And as I say this to you, my happiness has not really changed at all because of the constantly moving goalposts. It's like, oh, once I get here, I'm gonna be happy. Once I get here, things will be so much easier. Once I hire this person, it'll be easier. And what I'm telling you right now is that is my experience. Is like I don't think my happiness has changed at all. Okay, so just like how as I was making more and more money, I was getting like a substantial raise in my 20s, like every 6 months, right? I would be happy for like I would be happy for like 2 months, and then I'd be like, oh, I gotta pay tax. Oh, this extra $100 or $200, $300 a month is like not that great. And then all of a sudden you're just kind of back to your baseline, right? And that's really because your expectations change so fast, like so fast, right? I've seen it go the other way as well, right? Where let's say I lost $700,000 in the course of 2 or 3 months. Your baseline starts to kind of go back. I'm not gonna lie, I lived in regret for like a long time. It took me like 2 years. I lived in regret for like 2 years about like, oh, if I had just done this, just done this, and I've been growing out of it, right? And then like even now with Tesla, like I go up and down, quite a bit of money, you know, a lot, and I'm like, now I'm just like chill. I'll caveat the difference between kind of crypto and Tesla is I have a lot of faith in Tesla, so I know it's gonna come back. It's not as big a deal. But crypto, like you have no idea it's gonna come back, right? So like that money's like gone forever in your mind, right? Okay, so anyways, back to my point. What I'm saying is like I've experienced like a lot of highs and lows, a lot of lows, a lot of highs. But my point is like as you get those highs or you start meeting expectations, you start accomplishing what you want, the expectation changes so fast, right? What I'm used to now and what I was used to 1 month ago could be completely different, right? And it works the opposite as well. So it's like, oh, like now things are going worse. Like your expectations will change pretty quickly as well. So your baseline is kind of just there. So the happiness, I think I read this in a book somewhere, is the difference between expectations and reality. And if your expectations change really fast, then you're basically never going to be happy, right? And you keep thinking like I think right even like today, oh, I'll be happy if I if I get $10 million, right? You think that, right? But then deep down you kind of probably won't. You really won't. You're gonna go back to a baseline, and it's just gonna stay there, right? I know in your head you think like you're gonna be happy when you get there, and I feel like that all the time. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be so happy when I sell the company. I'm gonna be so happy when Tesla hits 3,000, whatever it is, right? But then deep down inside, it's like you're probably not going to be that much happier. You're going to be exactly the same as you are now. You're still gonna have the same problems you have. Everything's going to be the same. It's just that you're going to have new expectations. So knowing all that, and I try to tell myself this all the time. It's like, why not just enjoy the journey, right? This is a time where you have to enjoy what you have right now. If it comes, it comes, and be confident it will come. But don't be living hoping for the future, right? And I'm saying this to you like this is what I'm doing. This is not what I'm doing. I'm thinking about the future all the time. But this is how I feel like you can be. This is how I feel like you can be happy. All right. So just a reminder to myself and to you, like just enjoy the journey, enjoy the present, and you'll probably find yourself a lot happier. Like and subscribe. Thanks.